everyone! Well, it's my turn to read a book. And my book is Mr. Gum and the Secret Hideout by Andy Stanton. And here is Mr. Gum and his accomplice, Billy William III. So, Mr. Gum and the Secret Hideout, Chapter 1. The Secret Hideout. Mr. Gum was a fierce old blister with a face as angry as 1,000 walnuts and a big red beard which smelt of menace and beer. He hated children, animals, fun, comics, pop music, birthday parties, books, Christmas, the seaside, computer games, people called Colin, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Actually, it would probably be quicker to tell you what he liked instead. What he liked was snoozing in bed all day, being a horror, and secret hideouts. And the secret hideout he was in right now was the best secret hideout he'd ever seen. This secret hideout's flipping brilliant, shouted Mr. Gum as he paced up and down in his hobnail boots. It's got everything. Rats, cockroaches, parps, what keep dripping slime everywhere, and it stinks. It's like what I always imagined heaven would be. And best of all, no one's ever gonna find us here. Yeah, agreed Mr. Gum's dreadful accomplice, a scrawny butcher by the name of Billy William III. Billy was standing by a great iron furnace, shoveling old bits of meat onto the flames, and not just any old bits of meat, but the stalest, grubbiest, most appalling specimens imaginable. Strings of ancient entrails, withered old horse legs, rubbery turkey necks. And here they are. There's Billy William, shoveling the entrails into the furnace, and Mr. Gum with his red beard that smells of menace and beer. On they all went, onto the flames. Billy was covered in soot, and he was dripping with gobs of hot fat, but he hardly noticed. And why? Why didn't he notice? I don't know. I'm not him. Don't ask me. He just didn't, all right? Faster, commanded Mr. Gum, hopping from one foot to the other like an unstoppable quail. Shovel them entrails, Billy, me boy. Chuck it on, and stoke it all up with coal, or I'll bash ya. Right you are, Gummy, me old rattler, laughed Billy, chucking on a piece of coal that was twice the size of a piece of coal that was half the size of the piece of coal I'm talking about. Roar! Bellowed the furnace. A great long lick of flame flicked out and singed off Billy's eyebrows, cruel as a scarlet donkey. Ha ha ha! Cackled Billy, who loved to see people getting hurt. Someone just got their eyebrows burned off. Then he realised who that someone was. It was him, and he let out a blood-curdling howl. Ow! Yelled Billy, hopping up and down in agony. How come I got to do all the shovelling round here anyway? How come you ain't doing none? Shut up, roared Mr. Gum, whacking Billy over the head with a silk handkerchief. Only he didn't have a silk handkerchief, so he used a cricket bat instead. We gotta keep getting that power up. We can't afford to rest, not even for a moment. Now you carry on shoveling. I've got to rest for a moment. Mr. Gum threw himself down on a filthy old sofa he'd found on a rubbish tip, all covered with stains and moss. The cushions were cold and soggy, and a big rusty spring poked uncomfortably into his back. But Mr. Gum was such a laser, he didn't really care. Nah, I'll tell ya. Oh, I love this secret hideout, yawned Mr. Gum as he lay there, staring up at the ceiling, his hands behind his head, and his head behind whatever was in front of his head. Probably just a bit of air or something. This is the life, eh, Billy? Yeah, this is the life, said Billy. Yeah, this is the life, said another voice. Who the blimmin' frick said that? Shouted Mr. Gum. It was I, cried a man, jumping out from behind the sofa. I'm surprising Ben. I pop up here, I pop up there. Surprise, surprise, I'm everywhere. And off he ran, giggling like a packed lunch. Well, that was surprising, scowled Mr. Gum. Yeah, it certainly was, said Billy, chewing a piece of coal to see if he could turn it into a diamond, but actually just hurting his teeth. Anyway, he continued, spitting it into the fire, soon we'll have a blaze so powerful it will be the most powerful in history, even more powerful than itself, even though that's impossible. Yeah, grinned Mr. Gum, rubbing his hands with glee. Then he rubbed his hands with brie, which is sort of the same, but a lot cheesier and smellier. And the more powerful that blaze gets, the bigger the fire, the closer we gets to winning once and for all. Said Billy William. It's funty. And the rats they scuttled, and the pipes dripped slime, and the bats they bubbled, and Billy he shovelled in the secret hideout where the two men hid, 'cause they were low-down villains, and that's what they did. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Chapter 2 is the Department of Clouds and Yogurts, which we'll be enjoying soon. See you soon, everyone.